Up+Adam.
Tractor systems are offline.
We are Beyond FM.
Beyond FM.
The future of broadcasting is here.
Up+Adam with Adam Montiel. It's community content from Concentrate. It's Up+Adam with Adam Montiel.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Yes, some say life is just where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Wednesday, here we go. Here we go. Is that kind of Mario-ish? Happy Wednesday. What's up? Adam Montiel here. Thank you for being Up+Adam. Later this morning, we're talking to one of the most electrifying names in sports television right now, Kai Beckstrand, 18-year-old phenom who just took home the championship on NBC's American Ninja Warrior. He's not just the winner of season 17, he is the fastest ninja on the planet, with record-breaking runs and a reputation for making the impossible look effortless. But here's the kicker. He's doing it all while learning the ropes as an EMT and firefighter, preparing for a career where running into danger is the job. And there's another layer that makes this story even more extraordinary. Kai was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, meaning he competes with a constant mental and physical battle that most of us never see. Counting carbs, dosing insulin, managing blood sugars, all while racing through obstacles that push the human body to its limit. A colleague of mine in the media, I'm sure you know her, Wendy Theis Sell, love her. She's deeply involved in T1D advocacy, really was kind of pointing out and shining light to me that this guy's really a role model for every kid with diabetes who dreams big. Later in the show, Kai is going to join me. We're going to talk about the victory, the discipline, the invisible fight that is going on, and what's next for America's fastest ninja. Don't miss this one. Till then, holy smokes, did you see or read that article about what went down in Morro Bay this weekend? It had nothing to do with the waves, I'll tell you that. State Park says a paddleboarder turned super violent after an argument over surf etiquette, and now this guy's facing attempted murder charges. It all went down Saturday morning. 4 women were out enjoying small 2-foot sets when, according to witnesses, 59-year-old Andy Gustafson, I guess, cut off one of the gals in the lineup, but didn't stop there. Like, that's not bad enough. And I think that's what I'm hearing. He cut her off, but then ran over her. Then he lost it, yelling at her, beating her with his paddle. Again, he's a paddleboarder, jumping on her board, even grabbing her by the hair and forcing her underwater. Damn, witnesses say it all went down in just like 2-foot surf. She's recovering, thank God. But Gustafson's sitting in county jail on charges ranging from attempted murder to assault with a deadly weapon. Bail set at $500,000. What is going on there? I mean, you can't call that over a 2-foot wave. What is going on? What's with this guy? Why did he lose it like that? Yeah, there's a lot more I want to uncover there, but what a crazy story. Glad she's all right. So like I said yesterday, I got the call to become part of something pretty cool. I'm excited. The Central Coast Writers Conference at Cuesta College. This thing's been around for about 40 years, and it's super legit. Writers, editors, agents, podcasters, poets, all coming together right here in SoCal for a weekend that's not all about just panels and name tags, but it's about getting better at the thing we love, telling stories that truly matter. I'll be leading a workshop on something I live and breathe every day. It's about the art of the interview, and we're going to go deep, how to ask the right kinds of questions that don't just get an answer, but really open someone up. And maybe not even just in the podcast or radio interview forum, but maybe you're not even a journalist, but just how to hold that space, hold that rhythm, create that kind of vibe that makes folks go, man, that was a good question. Or I never thought of that. You know, that's the kind of disarming we're talking about here. So whether you're writing, podcasting, pitching, or just figuring out your voice, you want to get in the room. This conference really has soul. It shows up, and I'd love to see you show up as well. All the details in the show notes. You can go to cuesta.edu/writersconference. But if you just Google Central Coast Writers Conference, it'll come right up. And like I said, we got links in the show notes at your fingertips. All right, before we get into our conversation with the American Ninja Champion, we want to tell you about our friends at Life Elements. I've seen firsthand what they do, what they can do, the healing they can do. I've walked in without hesitation. Martha's handing me something. I'm either breathing better, feeling better. The stuff works. Their bug spray got me through the summer. Totally safe too for your skin, your pets, the planet. Their CBD relief stick is just like a game changer. How about their aluminum-free and totally safe deodorants that work? People are doing back handsprings for these things. In addition to their spot in Atascadero, you could shop their products at the Hive in Arroyo Grande, also the General Store, downtown Paso, and of course, lifeelements.com, where if you use the promo code ADAM, you'll save 15%. But I really encourage you, check them out, 7425 El Camino Real, the back right corner, Suite O of the Plaza. You'll be glad you did. Let them know you heard them on Up and Adam, lifeelements.com, and use that promo code ADAM. Save 15%.
It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel.
All right, today we got with us the reigning champion of NBC's American Ninja Warrior, season 17 winner, 18 years old, already being called the fastest ninja on the planet, Kai Beckstrand. From St. George, Utah, Kai has only fallen twice in 3 seasons, has broken records with his speed, and somehow found time to graduate high school, earn his EMT fire certifications, and prepare for a career saving lives. What makes his story even more remarkable, he's doing it all managing type 1 diabetes, proving to kids everywhere that the diagnosis isn't a roadblock, it's just another obstacle. He's a role model, a champion, and a young man with his eyes on both the next buzzer and the bigger picture. Let's welcome Kai. Thanks for being Up and Adam. Appreciate you. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. You know, to most people, winning American Ninja Warrior is like the finish line. But for you, man, it feels like just the beginning. Do you ever feel like you're chasing something more than the title? Like there's maybe a deeper mission underneath the speed, strength, all the training?
Yeah, for me, it's just about the love of the competition. So it's not about whether I win or lose. I actually just love showing up to the courses. I love kind of proving what I can do, seeing what I'm capable of, and going out there and doing it, especially where I'm in a position where I'm able to coach kids and train with my brother, train with my family members. And so it's not just about the competing and that overall title, but just about the love of the competition.
I watched that fastest run, like that 52-second run. And man, I didn't even see you like panting afterwards. I was like heavy breathing for you. When you were moving through there so quickly, record breaking, were you even a little winded and did you during it, do you just feel like fluid? Like do you just feel literally like fluid going through there?
Yeah. So when I'm on that course, I kind of shut everything else out. As soon as I'm on, that's really the only thing I can think of is what I'm doing on the course. And I definitely get winded, but I don't feel it in the moment. As soon as I finish that race, as soon as I hit the buzzer and it's time to talk to the hosts, Matt and Akbar, that's when I really feel it. That's when it hits me. I'm trying to catch my breath, trying to make a sentence. But in the moment, I really don't get tired. And I think just going from obstacle to obstacle without taking those breaks in between, not having that time to take a break, kind of doesn't allow that pump, that fatigue to really set in.
That set, it's huge. It looks cool. It's got all these, things about it. It might be hard to replicate that in your gym or wherever you live. How do you kind of try and get as close to the opulence of a setup like that when you're just training at home?
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing about it is the sport of ninja, you never really know what you're going to be getting into when you show up for competition, even local competitions. You just really never know. And so I feel like when we're training in the gym, we're trying to string together obstacles that are going to be similar movements or similar styles of techniques to get through it. And if you kind of have a pretty well-rounded skill set, that way you can kind of incorporate aspects of certain obstacles into what you may be facing on the show when you actually show up.
While most teenagers are figuring out college majors, you've already earned your EMT, fire certifications. I mean, real purpose. What draws you to a career where running into danger is the job? Is it the adrenaline? Is it something more emotional?
I think it's where I'm put in a position where I'm physically fit. I have these freedoms where I live that I kind of want to give back to the community, so to someone maybe less fortunate. And I get that accidents happen, fires happen, things like that, where a person might not be in the situation to get themselves out. And so for me, being able to be that person to assist in getting them out of danger is just a rewarding feeling, kind of more purpose than anything else. Like I'm putting others before myself, and that's kind of the draw for me.
You know, Kyle, was talking to a colleague in the media of mine here, Wendy Theis Sell. She knows a lot about type 1 diabetes, and she gave me some really thoughtful takes on, and I kind of want to bring them into this conversation. She was talking about managing diabetes isn't just about competing. It's about the math, the strategy, and constant mental load, that you're not just training for Ninja Warrior, you're counting carbs, dosing insulin, picking the right foods, and burning through sugar all at the same time. And yet here you are, the fastest ninja on the planet. Like, I thought that was powerful. How do you manage your blood sugars during competition when every second, every move is counting?
Yeah. So the biggest thing is going to be preparation for me. And that all comes down to the morning of. The very first thing I do is I gotta take into account what I'm going to be eating now is going to be affecting me later on in the day. And so I got to pick and choose wisely what I'm going to, be eating leading up to competition. And then as far as mid competition, but I think the best way to keep it in range is to kind of not be eating as many carbs, because carbs may affect my blood sugar a little bit differently, especially with the adrenaline. And so I try and stick to more proteins while running to kind of stay a little fuller. That way I don't have to be consuming a whole lot of food in general.
Yeah, now people see the highlight reels, but Wendy reminded me that lows can be scary, even dangerous. Have you ever had a really bad low blood sugar while training or competing? And what did that moment teach you even about resilience?
So fortunately enough for me, I haven't dealt with any lows in competition up to this point. But I feel like on the high end of things, when my blood sugar is out of range on the high end, my body, I get this feeling of fatigue a little bit earlier than I might otherwise have gotten it. And so that's not ideal when I'm trying to preserve as much energy as possible in this competition. And so the biggest thing for me is staying on that ideal range. Obviously dropping low, same thing, kind of get that feeling of weakness, a little bit dizzy, and not something you want in competition. So there's extremes to both ends of it.
She was saying some kids with type 1 get told early on that you're never going to be able to do things at a high level. Were you ever told something like that? And how did you flip that doubt into fuel?
Yeah, so I wasn't necessarily told that I couldn't, but I kind of almost put that stress upon myself.
Yeah.
When I was first diagnosed, I really didn't know a whole lot about type 1 diabetes at the time. I didn't know if I was even going to be able to compete. And so later on, was able to find out about the way that my body is affected in competition, and to be able to learn a little bit more about diabetes and how I can pursue what I'm currently working on and not be limited in what I'm capable of doing, and think of type 1 diabetes as just another obstacle that I have to get over and overcome versus a setback or a hindrance in my life.
Yeah, I know she does work with the Sansom Diabetes Research Institute in Santa Barbara. Do you ever see yourself becoming more of an advocate in the diabetes space, partnering with organizations, maybe you do now, inspiring kids, maybe even changing how people view athletes with T1D?
Definitely. I mean, if somebody's willing to reach out, I'm more than happy to work with them and to further the inspiration that I've already accomplished in showing other people, other kids, what's possible even with this illness or a disease. But not that it's like I said, not a hindrance, and not just type 1 diabetes, but anything out there that you may think of as a hindrance to you. It's just an obstacle. You may have to do things a little bit differently, but it doesn't mean you can't get through it and can't do it in the end.
Yeah. What's the dream right now inside the dream, the one that you haven't really even said out loud yet? What have you kind of been thinking about?
Just kind of showing what I'm capable of. I know a lot of people, at least this season, kind of thought of me as the person to beat in this race format for American Ninja Warrior. But I also want to show them that I'm not just the fast ninja. I can be technical. I can have some endurance, and I kind of want to just prove what I'm capable of. And so I want to keep coming back on and competing as long as my body will allow, as long as the show will keep having me on, and to see what I'm capable of.
Everyone loves the win, Kai, but no one posts about the sore hands, the skip parties, that quiet grind, right? What's the unsexy part of greatness that people wouldn't believe if they saw it?
I think it's kind of like you said, the sore hands has got to be the biggest one for me, because your body can withstand a lot more than your hands can. Wow. Your hands are the first thing to give out in training, and so sometimes there's certain aspects of ninja that you're trying to accomplish, certain techniques or movements that you're working on, and you might not have it yet, and your muscles and body might be fine, but your hands are taking some abuse. And so I feel like that's got to be the least satisfying part about ninja, is just how hard it is on your hands. But as a whole, it is just taxing on the body. Yeah.
You and your brother Luke made history, first brothers to beat stage 1 together, but no rivalry, just respect. Like, what's it like to compete with someone you'd bleed for? Like, where does the athlete and the brother begin? What does that feel like?
Yeah, so I don't think of Luke as necessarily an enemy. I think of him as like a teammate, in a sense, in the fact that I wouldn't be where I'm at without him pushing me to get to the level that I'm at, and vice versa. I think Luke has definitely stepped his game up more so than if he was kind of training by himself, and especially where we both have our dad to kind of lean on and to hold us accountable for our trainings.
They call you the fastest ninja, but speed is a strange thing. It can be a gift, or it can steal the moment right out from under you. With everything moving so quick, your career, your life, what's the one big thing that you're trying to really slow down for as all this is happening around you?
Yeah, so just trying to look at the big picture. I mean, you can't compete at the elite level in really any sport for forever, and so kind of trying to think about what I want to do with the rest of my life. Obviously, I want to compete in ninja as long as I can, but I do understand that the realistic possibility is that I won't be able to at the level that I'm currently at, and so I'm trying to think of other things to kind of find purpose with. And that are outside of the sport of ninja. And with that, I feel like coaching is my next big option, because I can still do what I love, take the knowledge that I have, and raise this next generation to get to that elite level as well.
Yeah. They used to watch legends on screen. Now kids are watching you. When did that shift kind of happen in your head? What does that feel like? Oh my God, it's just like totally flipped now.
That shift kind of started originally back when I was watching my dad. So obviously watching the show as a family, I had those kind of idols, that Joe Moravskis, the Jesse Graffs, those people that I look forward to watch every season. And then watching my dad, I realized, all these people, they're just, at the end of the day, they're just people like I am. And so going into it, I kind of flipped. And as soon as I was able to compete on ANW Junior, that's when that flip originally started. And I was able to be on TV at maybe a smaller level than the adult show at the time. But people were still wanting to watch. Kids were watching the junior show a little more invested than in the adult show, because they could have that relation with the competitors. And ever since then, I've realized that I am now an inspiration, a role model for others. And so I want to keep that mold kind of in their eyes, a good role model, and to be able to inspire others to work towards where I've accomplished. And maybe it's not ninja for them, but maybe it's playing baseball or playing football, whatever it is, that they can pursue that and accomplish their dreams of getting to where they want to be.
A couple quick hits. What's the best snack before a run or a workout?
Favorite snack? I like granola bars, or any kind of granola, just because you have that, especially like a chocolate chip granola bar. Yeah, the granola, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of sugar. I think that's a great training snack.
You can build one obstacle and name it. What's it called? What's it like?
Ooh. That's actually a tough one.
You never thought of that before?
I really haven't.
Wow. I thought you'd be like dreaming them up in your head. If you weren't a ninja or a firefighter, what's your secret alternative universe job?
I think something in the trades for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could work an office job. I know there's people out there that's what they want to do. For me, I just got to be doing something active.
More pressure, finals of ANW or your first live fire training?
Definitely ANW, but it's got to be pretty close, especially that first time kind of in Fire Academy, and you're all geared up, and I've done it hundreds of times now, putting that turnouts on, but actually running into a burning building it's something else. The adrenaline is crazy.
Most random skill you got that no one knows about?
I don't know. I feel like most people know any skills that I have. I think I know people know that I lift weights, but I don't think they realize like the amount of weight that I can lift.
Okay.
Because my training is more like powerlifting style. So those heavy main 3 lifts.
Yeah. All right. Who's your dream Ninja Warrior tag team partner? Living, dead, famous, fictional? Anyone. Go ahead. Go wild.
My brother, Luke. I can't think of anybody else.
Well, I really appreciated talking to you. Congratulations, man. I can't wait to see what's next in your story, Kai, because it's exciting.
Well, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being up and Adam, Kai.
Of course.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
There he is, Kai Beckstrand, winner of American Ninja Warrior, EMT firefighter, and now a true role model for anyone chasing a dream, no matter the obstacle. We'll drop those links in the show notes to Kai. And what I read in the KSBY about our friends at the Rib Line and the Switch, well, they also own that Sunset Airstream at Sunset Grill right on the pier in Pismo. And I guess there was some snafu that's saying they got to pull the plug and they're going to take the Airstream and the food right out the mix on the pier. And it's like out of nowhere. And allegedly there was some sort, well, not allegedly, but what they're saying is there was some sort of rule that they weren't even supposed to be allowed to be there. And they voted 3-1 the other day to get them off. The whole thing is weird. So, and it came up just like seemingly like out of nowhere. So we're going to talk to Brian Appiano. He's him and Crystal, his wife, own that Sunset Grill, that Airstream where they do the food right on the pier in Pismo Beach. You also know as the folks who own the Rib Line and the Switch in SLO. We've had them on our show a bunch. Great couple, great people, great food. So we're going to get to the bottom of that. Hopefully have Brian on tomorrow. Till then, I want to thank Moonshiner Collective for the original music on our show called Start Again. Also to Josh and Chiasa Clapper, the folks behind Timbre Winery, Timbre, taste their world-class wines in the village of Arroyo Grande. And I thank them for the Timbre Lobro Studios. Yeah. Thank you for rating, reviewing, subscribing to the show wherever you listen to it. It does truly mean a lot. It helps others discover what we're doing here in the community. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a great day. I hope you're having a fantastic week. We're on the other side of it now. Till tomorrow, I'm Adam Montiel. Thank you for being up and Adam.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again. Let's start again. We'll start again.